Vanakkam, it's election time, and so far as alliances are concerned, there is a lot of tug of war, push and pull. Some compromises are made, some are not made. Today we're going to speak about such an alliance, and particularly in a state like Tamil Nadu, which is rather tough. The reason? Since the 60s, I think it was around 67, there has never been any other party apart from the two major Dravidian parties, DMK and AIADMK. Today our focus is on this story. The PMK Manifesto, Pattali Makkal Katchi, PMK Manifesto demands parental consent for girls under 21, but that is not the only topic. One of the most watched alliances in Tamil Nadu is, of course, between the Pattali Makkal Katchi or PMK and the BJP. The PMK launched its manifesto, and certain things actually stood out in mainly how it is at variance with the BJP. We will come to the other points later, but first the variance.
இந்த கூட்டணி தேசிய ஜனநாயக கூட்டணி. தேசிய ஜனநாயக கூட்டணியில் டெல்லியிலே பாட்டாளி கட்சி தொடர்ந்து 10 ஆண்டு காலமாக இருந்து வருகிறது. இந்த தேர்தலில், மக்களவை தேர்தலில் தமிழ்நாட்டில் தேசிய ஜனநாயக கூட்டணியில் பாட்டாளி கட்சி இணைந்து நிச்சயமாக மிகப்பெரிய வெற்றி எங்கள் கூட்டணி பெறும்.
Like I said, let's first focus on the non-controversial points from the PMK Manifesto, which in more ways than one resemble what almost all the Dravidian parties have wanted for so long. Social justice, Samutavam, is right at the top, demands the conducting of a caste survey, seeks the removal of the 50% ceiling on reservations in view of the introduction of 10% quota for economically weaker section, that is EWS, and introducing reservation in higher judiciary and the private sector. Now, stressing on its demand for total prohibition, the PMK has demanded total prohibition on alcohol. That's a positive step indeed, and that's why the PMK, I think, in more ways than one, although it resembles what the Dravidian parties have been wanting, it stands apart, says total prohibition on alcohol, and has demanded that the union government compensates the states which are bound to incur losses through the ban on alcohol. But there is that one thing which catches the eye in the manifesto, that is the mandatory consent of parents for all under the age of 21, with a special emphasis on women. So, if you are under the age of 21 and you need to get married, according to the PMK, the parents' consent is very, very important. Second, the PMK Manifesto seeks an exemption for Tamil Nadu from NEET and raises a demand for sharing 50% of the revenue earned by the union government and the state governments and reduction of GST percentage, all of which the BJP has vociferously protested so far.
Justice and state autonomy and India's growth. This is the crux of us. My party PMK is based, our ideology is social justice, and for us we want caste-based enumeration in the next census, which we will be reiterating with the Modi government. And also 5 of the subjects during emergency had been converted from the state list to the concurrent list and the central list, including education. And because of that, issues like NEET and all the other issues have come out. So we will try to bring it back to the state list.
The PMK and BJP are alliance partners in Tamil Nadu, and no doubt there shall be, like I said, pulls and push, as both parties are for different ideologies. Is it the BJP's effort to give a free run to a regional party in Tamil Nadu? Because, you know, the BJP tried very hard but could not stitch up alliances as many as it had desired in Tamil Nadu. Or is it PMK's chance to ally with the ruling BJP one another time and see where it leads them? Let's debate. I'm being joined by just one guest, Vinoba Bhoopathy, who's spokesperson for the PMK. Vinoba Bhoopathy, a very warm welcome to you. Vanakkam, how are you?
Vanakkam, I'm very good. Hope you're doing good.
Thank you so much. You have allied with different parties at different points in time, the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, AIADMK, with the NDA you've been for a decade. But I want to ask you that most of the regional parties who have allied with the BJP, their main contention is that it is Prime Minister Modi. It is because of his charisma that we are going to win the elections. He should be the Prime Minister of this country this time around also. I want to ask you, Vinoba Bhoopathy, what is PMK looking for in this alliance with the BJP?
See, as a party founder, Dr. Sri Ramadas has said during this press conference that Tamil Nadu is waiting for a change for more than 57 years. So for the past 2 years, we have been propagating throughout Tamil Nadu saying that enough is enough, that we need different kind of administration, different kind of policies for Tamil Nadu so that Tamil Nadu can develop. So here the Pattali Makkal Katchi was in alliance in 2014, 2019 and now in 2024. So BJP also is looking for a change in Tamil Nadu. So we have joined together for the benefit of Tamil Nadu and benefit of Tamil people in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, but you know,
else.
Vinoba, I see that they have what, 2.5% vote share. You have around 5% vote share. I mean, you are way ahead of them. So your presence, also the Vanniyar community in Tamil Nadu is a major percentage. They have a lot of influence in certain areas. I want to ask you that, don't you think that you should be playing big brother than, the BJP led by Mr. Narendra Modi? I mean, Annamalai is the new kid on the block, isn't he?
See, you have to understand, our party founder, Dr. Ramadas, was here for past 50 years. He was fighting for social justice for more than 44 years in political life. Pattali Makkal Katchi was started in the year 1989. The foundation for Pattali Makkal Katchi is social justice, social democracy and equality. Okay. So we know our strength, and with regard to the perception which you said that this particular party is only limited to one particular community is wrong. We have to understand that viewers also should know that in 1998 and 99, the two ministers from Pattali Makkal Katchi belongs to a scheduled caste. Even the Dravidian parties did not do that.
Right.
Who were claiming copyright for social justice did not do that. And in 2004, fishing community, Professor Dr. Ramadas was made as an MP from Pondicherry.
Right.
So Dr. Senior Ramadas played a very significant role in implementing 6 reservations, including 27% reservation for OBC in central education institution throughout India.
Right.
Dr. Angamani Ramadas, who was the former Union Health Minister, was very much, he played a very significant role, and he brought in 22.5% reservation in all the medical seats.
Vinoba, I do understand that you're saying it's not just one community, but we have an expansive presence. I want to also bring your focus to the mandatory consent of parents for all, and particularly girl children, because I've heard your Chief Mr. Ramadas speak about it. I could not use that video, but where he's speaking about how girls, they need to study and even, but the thing is, tell me something, what is behind this thing that below 21, because 18 is the age when girl children can get married and 21 is for boys. Where is this coming from? Is this also coming from some kind of a, love jihad kind of a thing, that let the girls not go away, run away, be defiant, etc., etc.? Because Vinoba, if they can vote at 19, elect the government, like a lot of them will elect you perhaps this time, what is the problem with them choosing a partner in life?
Absolutely, it is for not as you project. It is for the well-being, and it is for the empowering the girl, not only the girl, but also the boy child, or everybody. It is not only limited to one gender. And you have to understand that in India, not only in Tamil Nadu, throughout India, you can see the data. The data speaks for itself. There are a lot of child marriages going around in even well-developed states like Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. You imagine what is the case in other North Indian states. Here we have the significance here we have to understand is about the education opportunities which the girl child is denied because of the early marriage, or other issues like at the age of 18 or 19 or 2021, their awareness level about the global outlook, okay, or the educational outlook, the employment opportunities, awareness about their health, both mental and physical health, is not as good as Western countries. You can understand there is no proper education provided with regard to mental health and physical
Yeah,
health
all this
for
sounds very
child
good,
in the school syllabus.
Vinoba Bhoopathy. All this
Yes.
sounds very brilliant. Let me tell you that you have. But the point
Not
is,
only sounds, when it is
how will you go
implemented,
against, no no no
not only it
Vinoba,
is
how
sounds,
will
but
you
it is
go
also
against the
important.
law? How will you bring about an amendment to this? Of course, the BJP is again, once again, if we can play those graphics, also at variance. I mean, they are still mulling over whether the age should be increased to 21 for girl children, etc. It's still something where the discussion is still going on. How will you bring about a change? I know that some states have done that, but how do you propose to do this? Because you see, look at the positive, look at the negative side of it. I really like somebody. I'm well settled. I'm doing my MA, but then my parents are saying no because he belongs to a different community.
As you are aware, the National Commission for Women itself, they themselves has recommended this particular point of view.
Then
They
what
have
about voting?
took into a lot of studies. They have taken into consideration a lot of social activists, domain experts. And if you are aware, in the year 2011, there was a judgment from Karnataka High Court, where the High Court, in a judgment, has categorically said that yes, we need to ensure that the age is increased to 21, not only for
But
boys
then
but
that
also
is
for
all right.
girls.
I'm not
Not
talking
only
about the
that,
parental
not
consent
only
is a
that.
problem,
Yes, yes,
Vinoba.
because the viewers can understand as well as you that whenever a particular child, irrespective of male or female, at the age of 18 and 21, the level of maturity at the age of 21 is much more than the level of 18. They can choose to study whatever they
No,
want. They cannot remove the regret. See, when you take into consideration the data, okay, it says lot of young destitutes are there in even developed states and countries also. In Philippines, in Brazil, and in Japan, these countries, which are
you're
also
right.
facing similar social
Yeah, sure,
transformations,
sure. But there
have
they
brought in
don't
this kind
even,
of a
no,
law.
no, Vinoba, there they can get married at 50. But here, can you imagine a woman trying to get married at, listen, our cultural and
We need to evolve
societal,
as a democracy.
no,
We
so,
need to evolve as a
exactly. So
democracy.
the
We need
law
to
is the one.
ensure that,
Law, I do not know how you will bring
yes,
about it. The next I want to bring your focus on NEET, which is very important.
yes,
Many young
yes.
children have committed suicide because of NEET. The entire thing about we study in Tamil, then suddenly we have to sit for NEET. The DMK made it a main point in their manifesto. Today they've forgotten about it because everyone's forgotten about it. I mean, I interviewed Udinidhi Stalin who said 100 days, Sudha, give me 100 days. Nothing happened, right? Now you are. The BJP on the other hand has fought with the DMK time and again and said, I mean, there is no legislation about abolishing NEET. Why are you asking for it? You're wasting your time. I want, how do you propose to bring this about when your alliance partner themselves have said many a time that NEET is here to stay? Vinoba Bhoopathy.
If you give me 2 minutes, I can explain the
Sure,
history.
sure.
In the year till the time Dr. Anbumli Ramadas, our party president, was Union Health Minister, there was no need in all over India. Only in the UPA too, when Ghulam Nabi Azad from Congress became the health minister, and the Gandhi Chelvan from DMK, Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam in Tamil Nadu, who became a minister of state and health, they only brought in this NEET examination compulsory all over India. That is one important. This was introduced during UPA 2, during Congress and DMK when they were in coalition. That is one thing. Number two, we have to understand NEET is against social justice, NEET is against the rural students, NEET is against the aspirations of many young kids who want to become a doctor. Only because this
No, that's all
particular
right.
examination
How
did
will you
not
bring
achieve
it
the
about?
objectives. Let me explain. This particular examination, NEET exam, did not achieve the intended objectives which many of them
I
claimed.
understand.
They claimed,
Vinoba,
I
there
tell
are,
you,
Vinoba,
certain,
we know all the
please,
pros and
because
the
this is a
cons.
very important issue. Give me
How
one
will
more
you
minute,
bring
I'll
it
complete it.
about?
Now I'll tell you. In 1976, during 42nd Amendment Act, five important structures, subjects were transferred from state list to concurrent list during Indira Gandhi's regime. Now, with regard to higher education, the subject is in the concurrent list. That means the union government can also
You
introduce
know,
policies
Vinoba,
or
I've
enact
completely
legislations on
run
high.
out of time, and if you
I'll
had
tell you.
kept
I'll tell
this
you.
very
We will.
briefly,
We
I
will.
would be
We
grateful,
will
because I
seek.
wanted
We
to
will
talk to
seek.
you about national education policy. But if
We
we are
we
going to
will.
have long explanations, then the viewers will say, you got Vinoba, why didn't you ask him about national education policy, which they say yes, you say no.
Please, this is very important, Michelle. I'll tell you. There are two ways to ensure that NEET can be done away with. One is through constitutional amendment. Another one is the union government can give exemption to Tamil Nadu. There are only two ways which are left, and we'll ensure the union government that is brought into confidence. We'll ensure that the union government in future they'll do away with the NEET when we become MPs in the parliament.
Well, Vinoba, I mean, these are very good intentions, but I sincerely doubt that you'll be able to do this. And particularly so far as consent of parents being mandatory is concerned, it goes against the law. And I think it's one of the most controversial things, because if I, as an 18-year-old, can vote and elect you to govern me, I think I can also choose a partner for myself. On that note, Vinoba Bhoopathy, always such a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you very much.